Hey everyone, good night and welcome to another welcome to the Mastering Digital Dollars live series, our weekly live teaching classes where I will be teaching on all things systems automation so you can grow your brand and your business. Thank you so much for tuning into tonight's class. Um, just some housekeeping. If you're viewing this on the replay, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you turn on your notifications if you subscribe to the channel so you would know when I do have the actual live session so you can ask your questions and all the things. Also, these sessions will be held on weekly. I'm hoping to let it be every Wednesday. And so we are good with that. The other housekeeping is that tonight is more of demonstration purposes. So I'm not going to do much talk. I'm just going to jump right in. And we also have a 10-second delay on YouTube. So what I'm seeing on the back end here and what you may be seeing on the actual platform is going to be a bit of a delay. So if you have any questions during the class, please put it in the comments and I'm going to answer. I'll be looking to my right, which might be your left. So for my class notes and all the things that I need for our class tonight. So last week, if you missed last week's class, um, and you're going to watch this back as the replay or you're watching it as the replay, it's going to be linked in the description down below. And also, you can go on the channel and you would see, if you go to the live section, you would see last week's live session where I really touch on the fundamentals of lead generation systems, why it's important for you to have a lead generation system as an online business, and the important elements of your lead generation system. And just to recap, your lead generation system is where you are positioning yourself or your brand online to attract leads, nurture them, and convert them into paying customers. So you need to, the number one strategy that I shared in that last video, and you can go back and look at it, is that your lead generation should be answering your target audience questions. All right. So if there's a specific resource that you've created, whether it's a checklist, an ebook, templates, a guide, whatever it is, if it's low cost, if it's free, whatever is your lead magnet, we are going to set that up tonight. Now, the platform that I'm going to be using is ConvertKit. However, I want you to know the principles that I'm going to be teaching. It can be done in any other email marketing platform. Main principles is just having the main elements of your lead generation system. And you can plug that in, whether it's Wix email, whether it's Active Campaign, Flowdesk, and all the other ones that the names are not coming to mind right now. Whatever is your email marketing system, you can definitely use this and use what I'm showing you in tonight's session. But my main focus tonight is inside of the ConvertKit platform. I love ConvertKit. I've been using ConvertKit for 4 years since I've started my company. I have used quite a lot of email marketing platforms, but one of the ones that I keep coming back to, and I've been using it in the like really actively in the last 2 years, has been ConvertKit. It's very simple for me, minimal, and it gets the job done. At the end of the day, once it gets its job done of me actually nurturing my community, that is important. All right, so enough talking. We are going to get right into tonight's live build out. We're going to build a lead magnet funnel. Like I said before, and I always say, your lead magnet funnel could be quite expansive depending on your brand. And it can be simple as 1, 2, 3 steps. And so it's all about you knowing and understanding your audience and also you creating that lead magnet that is going to be answering their question or solving a specific problem. All right, so let's get right into tonight's session. All right, so welcome to the back end of ConvertKit. And so what we're going to do, we're going to jump right into our lead magnet. I in for the purpose of this exercise, I have created a checklist teaching persons or solving a specific problem. So I'm teaching coaches and consultants what are the necessary things that they need to have to set up an automated launch campaign. All right, so let me pull that up on the screen so you can see, and we're going to see that even in the build out. But this is just a one page. It does have a simple cover and a one page telling them the exact things that they need to have in order to do an automated marketing launch. And so let me pull this into my screen so you guys can see the actual resource, and then we get into the bill. Right. So, ooh la la. All right. Let me pull that up. Where is Adobe? All right. Uh, there we go. All right. So here is our lead magnet that we've created, a very simple lead magnet, and it's a checklist of all the things that they need to have in place in order to run a successful automated marketing campaign. And so what we're going to do, we're going to build out this particular funnel inside of ConvertKit. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to have, we're going to be working backwards. So in this case, what we are going to do is really focus on the landing page. All right, so we need to, from if we're promoting it on social media, we're talking about it on our lives, however you're doing your content marketing, we need to point them somewhere where they can read about the resources. So for me in this exercise, I'm not really going to be focusing on the language and the messaging. That is not my zone of genius. I am more of on the technical side of building, but I will guide you and give you pointers where necessary. So when you get into ConvertKit, you will generally go to the send menu to the top left, and then you will click on, sorry, not send. I have too many screens open. Grow, sorry. The grow menu to the top left, and then you click on landing pages and forms. Once you click on landing pages and forms, to the right here, are going to click on create new. Now, two things I want you to keep in mind when it comes to building a landing page for your lead magnet. One of the things that I have noticed when it comes to various platforms, they tend to give you limited templates and limitations to designing those landing pages. And that is what we would see with ConvertKit. Now, if you have the flexibility, you have the know-how, and you know how to build your own landing page, and you are that creative that can do that, you can build your landing page outside of ConvertKit, but you can still link it and bring that information into ConvertKit. So let me show you the option in which you can do that. So when you click on forms, if you're going to click a form, you can embed that form onto an external landing page. So some people might use their website platform that they're hosting on, whether it's Wix, Squarespace, who are the other people, Lead Pages, and all these other different platforms. You can actually create your landing page from your other website hosts or so forth, but you can use the form option to actually create an embedded form. So if I click on form, No, 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 no. Okay, so if I click on form, it gives me four different formats that I can use to create the form. It could be inline, modular, slide in, or sticky bar. In this case, if you're going to be embedding this particular form, because remember you want to capture their details, if you're going to be embedding this form onto a landing page, the most applicable option in this case is inline. So you will click on inline, and then it gives you options for inline, but because it's embedding and maybe depending on the placement, I usually go for clear and you click on choose. When you click on choose, the first option is email. So what we're going to do, just again, this is for exercise and how you can actually embed your form into an external page. We're going to change the name so we can say, all right. And now we have, okay. So we want to capture two pieces of key information from those who want to get that guide. We want to get their email address, and we want to also receive their first name. And if you have the capabilities to do text marketing, then you can collect their telephone number. So we're going to add another field. On the right hand side, we're going to state it is a custom field, and the custom field is going to be the first name, and we're going to state that it's a required field. Now, I do not like the placement because we want the first name to come before the email. So when you point to first name or the first name box, you will see let me zoom in. You will see a little hamburger or three little dots here. This gives you the option to hold and drag it into position of how you want it to display in order. All right. So we're going to say first name, last name, and then they will either click subscribe or um get ebook or so. So you can click, if you don't want the option to show that it was built on ConvertKit, you can click on it and then just take off the option. The only way this is going to allow you to do this is if you have the pro version or the paid version of ConvertKit. All right. The next thing we are going to do is change the color, and this is where ConvertKit gives you a whole um, option where you can actually import your brand kit into the platform, so it's easy to change the colors to your brand. So we're going to change the name maybe to say get checklist. We want to have a clear call to action. We're gonna leave the font as it is. We can change the color. In this case, I'll change it to my brand color. And I'm gonna say just put it bold. All right. There's some additional settings that you can set. So you can click on settings. And then once somebody submits that form on their external page, you can say you can have a custom message, or it redirects them to a thank you form. If it is a free if it's a free, what do you call it, lead magnet, then you can and you have a link where they can actually access it, then you can put the link here that takes them directly to it, and that basically will cut out the other steps of automation. But we want to actually set up an actual lead gen system. So we are going to leave it as the success message because we want them to actually confirm their emails. This safeguard against spams and spam bots of people coming on and just randomly subscribing to your email. So you want to make sure that they confirm their subscription to receive the thing that they want. All right. Now, ConvertKit gives you the option where you can use your domain, or you can use their domain that they provide to you. So in this case, I would just use their domain, and you can put in a name. So we're going to call this AMC. AMC form and just click on add. So this is the landing page. So if I actually click on it, it usually takes a while to propagate online, but once you set it and you save, it's going to go through. You can also have an incentive email where they have to confirm their email. If not, then you can choose the option to do auto confirm as well. All right. And then after they're confirmed, you can either give them a URL or you can give them the download and they choose the file. So this is if it's being done externally and if it's a free lead magnet. All right. So for our exercise, we're going to leave it as this. I'm going to ensure that this option is selected. Just adds an additional layer of um, authentication on the form. And then we're going to click on save and then you simply click on publish. Now, when you click on publish, this is where it gets very technical. And I know a lot of people bow out at this point because now you have to embed a piece of code onto your page. But the reason why I'm showing you this because I know I have some uh online business owners who know how to do it. So I want to show them that it can be done from ConvertKit as well. So for the non techie people, I have you coming up soon. All right. So you can embed this form either using JavaScript, HTML, if you want WordPress, or you want to actually share the actual form, you can do so. They just give you embed options. Right. Now I'm going to show you save and then publish. I'm going to show you now the other way. So the other way is where we gonna go back to create new and then we choose landing page. This is for the non-techie people. All right. So ConvertKit usually gives you templates that you can actually work with. However, the templates are not that customizable. They're not that customizable. So what you will find, you have to work with what you have and kind of customize it to your brand feel. There's not much flexibility with the templates, but I'm going to use one of their templates just for the purpose of tonight's session. So they have many different templates. I notice they have listed the categories on the left here. So we're going to choose ebook because it's actually a checklist. And then again, for me, simplicity sells. If we can get something set up or a page setup and the language is right, direct, and to the point, and it speaks to your audience, that is okay with me. All right. So for this purpose of this exercise, you can actually preview your templates just to see what it would look like in a layout format. And this is the good thing about ConvertKit is that yes, they do give you a template, but you can not only see it on the desktop, but you can also see it on mobile because majority of the traffic that comes to many pages come from mobile. So you want to ensure that the pages that your landing pages that you are creating, they're optimized for mobile. All right. So this is what the landing page would actually look like. And if I don't want that, I can always go back and I can go and choose another category and choose something else. Again, for the purpose of this exercise, I'm just going to choose peers and keep it moving. um, and so I'm going to name this the automated check, yeah, automated checklist. All right. And so it's a very basic template. I am just going to add a few elements to this just for the purpose of the exercise. And then we move on to the actual build of the funnel, the automated funnel. All right. So I'm going to switch this out. And I hope I have an AI somewhere in here. Yep. All right. And I can change the patterns. Again, once your brand colors are in there, it's pretty easy to change up the elements that they have that they consider very editable. So you can do that. Um I'm going to take off built on ConvertKit. I'm going to change out this picture. So you just simply click, and to the right, you would see the area where you can actually edit. So you have general styles. It tells you the style. If you want, you can change the headings. So you can literally change your like overall headings. If you can find um your specific font that you use that is consistent with your website and your landing pages, you can choose them here. All right. And then we are going to set a little background. Do, 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 do. All right. So I want to change this picture. So I'm going to click on replace. And so I'm going to choose a specific file. All right. Give me one moment. Let me pull the file up. I have it right here. Again, I'm just choosing something very basic for the purpose of this exercise. So automate your next campaign. I want to remove that option. Again, a lot of the elements you can remove, and you can just change out if it doesn't suit your brand style. All right. So when it comes to building landing pages, again, messaging is important, and how you speak to your target audience to capture their attention and speak to their pain points, and positioning your lead magnet to answer their questions. That's how you're going to actually um the messaging that you put on your landing page, that's what you're going to put. Now again, this is not my zone of genius, so when it comes to writing, I'm more of the technical build person. So when it comes to the writing part of it, that's a muscle and a skill that you have to develop as a brand owner or a business owner. So I think I'm going to put attention coaches and consultants, right? I think I did write out some thing here, so I'll just drag it all the way into here. Now, if you're that person that uses Chat GPT, please, I ask you, use Chat GPT as a guide to improving your writing skills, but don't wholesale it copy and paste. All right, we have too much unlocking and ultimate and elevating and all the keywords that your people have come to know. So everybody is elevating, unlocking, and all the other things, the other popular words that they're using. Right? So, right? So, oops, not that one. Copy. See if it's going to copy over. There we go. All right. So I just want to make something very simple. I've already write it out. And so the next thing I want to do is to collect their first name and their email. All right. So I'm going to press the little plus sign. On the right hand side, I'm going to go over to custom field. And then I'm going to choose first name, and I'm going to make it a required field. The next thing I'm going to do is activate my little hand, click and hold down, and just drag upward. And I just position it to show that I want the first name to appear to the top and the email address to appear to the bottom. If you want, you can add a third section and say you want their phone number. and you can make that a required field, or you can leave it open. Um, and we can make that required as well. So the button, you can simply click on the button and again, change it to your brand tone and all the things. I think the picture is not showing up properly. So let me see, edit. So it's optimize general. Wait a minute. Where is the general style? Usually, I think my thing is too long. So I'm just going to remove the field. So I think as the more text that I add, it's going to elongate it. So I'm just going to take out some of the words. Right. And I'm going to say get checklist. Or instead of saying get checklist, send me the checklist. Right. That's the call to action. Right. Now, again, how your tone of how you communicate with your people, that's you can use that same tone and in your writing style and so forth. All right, so we want to add some additional stuff to this page. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on settings. If we created an thank you page, we can do so, but we don't want just the standard thank you page. What you can at the top here, you see where add page. You can click on add page. And what ConvertKit is going to do is actually create a thank you page for you. And again, it's kind of pulls from the first page. And so you can just remove the elements that you don't want in there. I'll just use one of my pictures. I'm going to say thanks for getting the checklist. All right. So again, you can personalize and customize this. There's an email on its way just to confirm your subscription you're in. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram. And of course, you can simply highlight. You press the little chain link. And if you know the URL for your Instagram profile, you can put it in. I constantly type mine, so that's how it comes up there. And so this is so you just click on add and it's going to come up. And if you want, you just to add emphasis, you can change the color. Oh, sorry, I gotta highlight. Just change the color and you can bold. And you can also add additional elements to the page. So for example, if you notice there's a little plus sign that is appearing, so you can simply click on that plus sign. It can be an image, it can be a gallery. If you have a newsletter feed like me, you can promote that newsletter feed. Of course, it's going to show your recent newsletters, especially if you publish your recent newsletters. You could say newest or oldest. And so you can add additional elements to that page. All right. So this is another good way of, even if you create a thank you page on your website or on your hosting platform, this is another key strategy to keeping people on your website. All right. So if you have a blog or you want them to check out templates or you want to promote a service or you have more digital products that they can check out, you can advertise it on that thank you page. All right. All right, so the next thing is we're going to click on settings and then I'm going to go over to, once they're finished, they're going to come straight to the thank you page because I've set it like that. I'm going to choose the domain and we're going to say AMC checklist. We're going to add that. And we want to ensure that they confirm their email with us. And we go to advanced. We in we activate the invisible reCAPTCHA. That's an additional authentication for our forms. And if you need to put in your SEO details, your title, your description, your share image, and also you can connect your analytical tool, whether you're using Google Analytics, if you're going to share it to Pinterest or a Google tag, you can do so. Once you have all of that set, you click on save, save again, then you click on publish. That usually takes some time to populate. So that is our landing page for the checklist. Now let's go and build the automated funnel. So when we put out that we have this particular checklist resource available using our content marketing, we know we put the link to the landing page in our link in bio. Now we want the system, once they start inputting their information on this first page and they hit send me the checklist, ConvertKit kicks in and takes over and sends them the automated checklist. So we're going to save and publish again. Remember, we always double check. All right, let's see if they have updated it as yet. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. All right, so the next thing we're going to go over to is our automations. Now, to get to automations, you're going to click on the automate menu to the top, and then you click on visual automations. When you click on visual automations, it usually shows you your current automations, and also it gives you templates. So if you are not the start from scratch type of person, but you want to have a guide of, maybe you want to run a paid newsletter inside of ConvertKit, or you want to release a new, give you a template that you can customize. This is the good thing about ConvertKit, making it easy for creators. All right. And so they have various different options that you can use if you need to segment your audience to learn more about them and what are their likes and so forth. They have a ton of different templates, and they keep adding to these templates. But for the intents and purposes of this exercise, we are going to build out a full automation with just 3 simple steps. We want when persons go from link in bio to this landing page, and they input their So when they go to this landing page and they input their information, the next thing we want happening is that they get tagged in the system. So we're able to identify them. And also we want to send them the actual thing that they're opting in for. This is the lead magnet. Maybe I'm a coach and a consultant, and I need to get that checklist for my next campaign that I'm about to launch, because launching a marketing campaign is very stressful. All right. So I want to see what are the actual things that can help me to launch stress-free. All right. So what we're going to do is go to empty automation. We're going to click on start from scratch. When we click on start from scratch, we're going to give the automation a name. Remember, name your things. So because I am good with naming conventions and filing systems, I can abbreviate stuff and know exactly a year from now what it actually means. So I'm going to say AMC, Automated Marketing Checklist, delivery plus follow-up. I'm going to tell you why I add the plus follow-up. The next thing is going to ask you if you want to use a template or you want to start building. So in this case now, we are going to start to build. So we're going to click on start building. Now, in order for an automation to kick in, there must be an action taken by a user. Okay, in order for an automation to kick in, or in order for automation to start, the user, the person, the stressed out coach, or whoever's your target audience need to take a specific action on your page in order for this automation to kick in. So in this case, when they input their information and they click on send me the checklist, this is where the automation actually starts. Let me know in the comments if you got it. All right, let me know in the comments if you got it. An automation only starts when an action is taken. All right, it must start with an action. All right, so in this case now we know that this is going to be the first touch point of our automation. So we're going to say that the automation is going to start when a subscriber, when my target audience, when my stressed out coach or consultant joins a specific form. If it's a paid lead magnet and you set it up in ConvertKit, then you choose purchase. All right, but seeing that this is a free one, so we're going to choose joins a form. And then we don't want to say any form. We need to specify what the form is. Now, remember, we created two forms. We created an inline form and we created a landing page. So we can select both of them. So we're going to choose the EXT landing page and we can click on add event. Then if I want to include that form that we created that we can embed on an external page, I can simply click the plus sign here, joins a form again, and I would choose the automated checklist. And then I click on add event. So two actions can take place from two different sources. They either come to this landing page that we created, or they're going to be entered from that form placed on any part of my website or a blog page or my link in bio page or whatever. All right. The next step in the automated process or the funnel is to tag them. So we want the system to tag them so we are able to identify them. And also, this is another way to send targeted messages to them. So we're going to click on the plus sign. And when you click on the plus sign, it's going to give you three options. It's either going to be an event, it's going to be an action, or there's going to be a condition. Remember, I said earlier that what you will find is that people will people will make their lead generation system or their lead funnel very expansive, or they would make it very simple with just 2 steps. All right, and this is where they would add additional conditions and all the necessary things that go with it. So we're going to choose action. Are we going to say add or remove a tag? And then we can either search for a tag that we have listed, or you can simply type a new name and press your enter key. So for this one, we're going to say AMC, and I just need to put EX at the end for my own, and then I just press enter, and then I click on add action. So once they input their information, the system will tag them. And then the next step in the system is that we are going to send them the thing that they're subscribing for or they need to download. So we're going to call this AMC delivery sequence. Then we're going to click on add action again. So your tag is tagging and your email is about to be delivered. So you just simply click on the name and it's going to expand where you can start outlining your emails. Now, because I have templates already in, I can switch out my templates. So if you've set all of that up or you're newbie, yours might look totally different um, in your editor. So I can simply click on change because I have 2 templates and it switches me out to the simple one. Now, delivery of the thing that you promise people, you need to ensure that you deliver it immediately. All right. So we're going to change this to 0 days and it's going to change to immediately. And now we can put in our subject line. So I'm going to put oops. So your next successful launch is, oh, if I want, I can put in a preview text here and say the automated marketing checklist. All right. Now I can personalize the email. So again, you can press your plus sign, you can add different options, you can add images, you can do the whole 9 yards to personalize this email. But again, don't overcomplicate the process. Don't overcomplicate it. Simple cells. All right, simple cells. So, and for this exercise, I'm just going to pull a very simple email just for time. And so I'm going to say, hey, and I'm going to show you how to get that in. And I'm just going to edit out some of the space that we have here. Okay, so to add the personalization, you simply click the little plus sign and then you go to personalization and you choose subscriber's first name and add. All right. So I'm saying, hey, subscriber, thank you for getting my new resource. I created this guide for coaches because they're struggling to launch their campaigns using automation. You can download your copy by clicking the link below and save it to your device below. All right, or save to your device. All right, so I'm going to give them the link now. And again, you can pre-write these and just have it. So when you're going to actually do the setup, it's very easy. It's just a simple copy and paste and keep it moving. All right, so to add the file, you are going to click, and this is where it's important for you to actually name your files and ensure that it's your naming convention is good. So we're gonna click on the plus sign, go all the way down, and we're looking for file. And I'm gonna pull that guide in. It's a PDF. And here is the guide. Again, it's important that when you are saving the PDF version, that you make sure you save the full name of the guide. All right. So I just called it the AMC checklist guide. And so most people know once they see this type of format, it's something that is clickable and downloadable. All right. So you will learn the exact steps to automating your next campaign. And I just sign out and then I would click on publish. So this is the first email that goes out. Now I'm going to give them 2 more days or 2 extra days, 2 days after. And I'm going to send a follow-up email. And I'm going to say, hey, did you get time to access the resource? And this is where you start the conversation. This is where you start nurturing your leads. And this can be 10 emails over a month period just from that one resource of you following up with them. And then you can feed them into another sequence where you can start nurturing them into your community. And so if you're bringing them into your community, you should have a whole different set of emails to introduce people into your community. And this is why I said earlier that the funnel can be as expansive as needed. All right. So the next thing we are going to do, we're going to insert the link again. So I'm going to go to file and then I'm going to click on open. All right. Did you get a chance to download your checklist? So this is me actually doing another follow-up with them. And this is where I'm going to start the conversation all over again. Now, the good thing about it, in this email, this is a great place to start introducing your brand and yourself at this point. So you could say, did you get or did you have a chance to download your guide? All right. And again, you can keep adding to this sequence of emails and to start the conversation and start the nurturing process of your lead magnet. Now, once you're finished with that, you can go into settings. Oops, not there. All right. So the good thing about it is that you can also see like the reports, and you will also see the settings, sequence settings. And so your sequence settings is like your schedule on the days and when you're going to actually send out emails. Make sure to choose your time zone if it's CST or EST. And what you want persons to do once they are finished with the sequence. All right. Do you want them to start another sequence? Do you want them to remain in the sequence? So all of this is just some additional settings for the email sequence. Once you're finished with your emails, you ensure that everything is there. You can simply click anywhere in the clear area here, and it's going to return you back to the automation um, workflow. So with your automation workflow, here is where you're seeing the entry point. It's either from the landing page or the external form. The system will tag them, and then the system is going to send them that first email with delivering. And then 2 days later, we're going to actually follow up to see if they have any questions, a chance for us to introduce our brand or business, and we can start the process of nurturing there. And that is basically the end of that automation. 3 simple steps. Now, again, I could make this very extensive where I can say plus sign, condition, and then if email opens, so if the subscriber has opened any email in the past X days, add a condition. And the condition is either yes or no. I can also say, well, okay, advanced filters. If they're matching a specific locality or interest, it could be a filter for subscription. They're subscribed to, they're a cold subscriber, they're within a region, a city, their subscription date. I can do that too. And you can do tags. You can have events where on a specific date or when a date occurs, you can feed them into the next thing that you want them to go through. So again, it can be as simple as 3 steps like what I showed you here, or it can be more with conditions. Now, we're not finished with this as yet. We have to turn it on. So when people visit, they will actually be able to go through that sequence. So I'm going to turn this on. It's going to tell you there's 0 subscribers in this automation. Anybody advancing from this point forward, they will be going through the steps. I'm going to click on turn on. All right. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put in my information. And go at Innovategy Solutions, and then I'm going to click on send the checklist. Right, so it's going to take me to the thank you page that we created, and thanks for getting the checklist. So now I have to go in. I am going to go in and I'm going to confirm my email. All right. So it's telling me that I need to confirm your subscription. So let me pull that up into, okay, there we go. All right, so it's showing me that subscription is confirmed. Boom, you're officially confirmed and on the list, and expect my email soon. And I can close this out. So the next step, I'm going to go back into the inbox, and let me show you what actually happens on the back end while that email comes in. I think because it's the same. Okay, newsletter. All right. So if I go through here, I should have used a different email. And I hit refresh. It's going to tell me that I've entered through the form. Okay. I was tagged, and also I'm currently in the email sequence. All right. So it would show you the number of persons that are actually going through the automated lead magnet. All right. Or the lead funnel. So at this point, if I click here and I go to reports, it's going to tell me that one subscriber was sent the first email. And so I'm going to check my email. Yes, it did come in. And so, because it's a private inbox, just mirror it to my screen. All right, so I did receive the email. So it's going to tell you, if I refresh it again, it's going to show, well, I'm hoping it does, it's going to show that how many persons would have opened the email, how many persons would have actually clicked on the link in the email to get the word. And if you can see, let me switch out. If you can see, I got the actual PDF and checklist. All right. So that is basically how you set up a lead funnel inside of ConvertKit. Right. I'm gonna open the floor at this moment for any questions. Right. I know there is a delay, so I'm going to open the floor. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you're viewing this on the replay, please leave your questions in the comments. I will answer them. Might not be right away, but I will answer them. All right. So when I refresh, I'm seeing my click-through rate as well as my open rate is showing 100% because I actually did that. Right? So that is basically how you build out a lead gen funnel inside of ConvertKit. I hope that this has been helpful to you, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's live class. I'm so happy to be back to teaching and all the things. Again, if you have not grabbed our Master Systems Get Paid Easily Mastering Digital Dollars ebook, this ebook is going to show you the fundamental things that you need to have, the fundamental systems that you need to have inside of your business so that you can make people pay you easily. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight's live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you. Those on the replay, thank you so much. And happy building your next lead generation funnel or your lead magnet to serve your clients. I will see you guys back in our next live stream. Bye-bye.